Hello, Chip GT here, and in this video we are going to talk all about glass. We have to go at warp speed because I have officially signed up this pinball machine with the Pincinnati team. It will be there at the beginning of December, so without any further delay, let's coin in and push that start button. First, I need to say a very big thank you to all of you who have watched my videos. The Vpin Wizardry channel has reached the milestone of 300 subscribers with over 1,500 watch hours. To celebrate that, Pinball Life has very generously given all of you a promo code of promo10 to use at checkout for 10% off of your next purchase. Pinball Life is home to just about any pinball machine part you can think of for real pinball machines, and it has been a true resource for those of us in the build your own cabinet and virtual pinball community. And they have all kinds of parts and things that you might need for a virtual pinball machine, from glass to plumb bobs and shaker motors and almost everything that I have installed on my Backbox. This is where I normally go for all of my virtual pinball needs for quality parts at lower prices. And this code is good until 21 September 2023. So be sure to use promo code 10 at checkout for your next purchase. And thank you for watching, subscribing, and sharing these videos with your friends. As I mentioned, Pincinnati is December 1st through the 3rd. It is coming up. You can go online right now. You can get your tickets. They've got all kinds of different ordeals. If you want to stay the weekend there, you can get a weekend pass, a Friday night show, Saturday show, Sunday show. Sundays are always a little bit cheaper, but it's cheaper if you get these online. I've been there several times in the course of the last 8 years, and it's always a little bit cheaper if you do it online than it is if you do it in person. And then they also have these really cool t-shirts this year. There you go. That you can also get online. If you're curious as to where it's at, it is at the Holiday Inn Suites right here at the Eastgate Shopping Center by Cincinnati. The glass is the last visible item that I need in order to make my cabinet look like a completed cabinet. I'm at a point now where it's time to order it, but I'm not going to install it until I have the computer in the cabinet and have addressed all the cooling needs over the course of the next few videos. Think of this video more as a purchasing guide so that you know exactly what you need for your specific setup and configuration for this final touch. First, let's talk about the back glass in my Backbox. I specifically set mine up to look like a stern Backbox, but my monitor is just a little bit bigger than your typical stern Backglass. So when you're looking for glass, you're going to have to get your own custom cut, and there are certain things that you want to look out for. You want a piece of glass that is tempered and is somewhere between 4 millimeters and 3/16 of an inch thick. Tempered glass has a protective coating that acts as a shield so that in the event that the glass breaks, it doesn't shatter and all that glass go down into the cabinet. It holds it all together. So it's also a little bit stronger than your typical pane glass that you could find at Lowe's. The reason you want the thickness is so that the lift channel and the side trims can grip onto the glass and not slide around or fall off. If you get the glass cut just short of your cabinet on the left and on the right side, like maybe a few millimeters or a few sixteenths, this acts as a buffer between your cabinet and the glass to help hide gaps, hide light that comes through, and to form a nice visual appearance on your Backglass monitor. It's also important that when you build your Backbox that you cut a groove into the top panel that is about 1/2 inch deep. For your glass cut, you want to oversize the top and bottom cut of glass by 3/16 of an inch to about 1/4 of an inch, so that the glass is held in by that top groove. You would insert it into that top groove, and the lift channel rests on the cross brace like in a modern stern cabinet. You can find the lift channel, the side braces, and the stern Backbox cross base on Pinball Life, and they have the best prices for these things that I could find. And as always, I've provided you the links down in the description. When it comes to the Playfield, you should have followed some of the guides that are out there online to make your cabinet either a wide body or a standard size cabinet. And by doing this, you can save yourself a lot of money buying a pinball playfield glass that's from like either Pinball Life or from a pinball manufacturer, rather than getting it custom cut at a local store. This is because those stores buy it in bulk, and it is so much cheaper to get it from them than it is to get a custom piece of glass cut. For a wide body, it typically fits a 42 to 43 inch television, and the inside gap between the left and the right side should be about 595 millimeters to about 23.5 inches. In order to get the glass to slide into the cabinet, you're going to need to get some of these side rail plastic channels and then put them on each side of your cabinet. Underneath my side rails here, I have that special T-molding that has the channel, the glass channel inside of it. What'll happen is the glass will slide right up into that channel and hold down in place. Just like the Backglass, the Playfield also has a piece of rear plastic channeling that'll go on there, so that way when you slide that glass all the way in, it creates a nice seam. The final two components that you need in order to hold the glass in place is a lockdown mechanism on the inside of the cabinet on the front panel, right above your coin door, and you also need a lockdown bar. Now, the lockdown receiver is a standard size for most machines. This one works really well for a bunch of different types of builds that you might want to do. And the difference though is in your actual lockdown bar itself. There is a wide body bar and a standard size bar. You need to know which style you built, and you need to make sure that you get the lockdown bar for the style that you have. Otherwise, you're going to be out some money. Lockdown bar comes with this nice foam pad to help protect the glass, and it has a stopper here so the glass doesn't slide out. So its function is to actually lock down the glass. So now we get to talk about the final thing for this video, and that is the glass itself. So if you go to Pinball Life, you can find standard size tempered glass, you can find wide body tempered glass, and it's fairly inexpensive. And the wide body is just a little bit more expensive than that. But when it comes to glass, you need to understand that there's also two different categories for your playfield glass. Standard glass can create glare, especially if you have ceiling lights. They come down and they reflect off and they cause a glare. If you don't want that, there is this really nice invisiglass. Here, I'll blow this up so you can see it a little bit better. And this kind of gives you a comparison of what the glare might look like from an outside light source here and what invisiglass looks like. There's still a slight glare, but it's not nearly as bad. And then you can see down here as well, and this was kind of coined by Jersey Jack, but you can get the invisiglass in wide body or in standard size, but you are going to be paying a premium price for this. This glass is kind of expensive, and you have to take care of it in a very special way because there's a special coating on here. And the way you do that is with some vinegar based Windex. All right, the vinegar will actually evaporate off. It doesn't leave a streak. If you have a glass cleaner, it can actually destroy and flake off that invisiglass lining. So you really got to take care of the invisiglass by having the right type of cleaning solution. And then you also want to use a microfiber cloth. I decided to try out just the standard glass, and it's not in my budget to get the invisiglass. I know it looks really nice and I've seen it in person. It is important though, when you are cleaning your glass, especially the invisiglass, that you don't spray the vinegar based Windex directly onto the glass. You want to spray it into the cloth and then rub the cloth down and around and on the glass to clean it. And then one final thing that you might want to consider investing in, and you don't necessarily have to get these here, you can get them anywhere, is just some nice cotton gloves, and that helps keep your grubby fingers and your fingerprints off of the glass and keep it nice so that when you go to remove it and slide it back in, you don't have to worry about fingerprints and cleaning your fingerprints off. I've already ordered my glass, and it should be here hopefully in the next couple of days when it comes in. I know, me personally, I was a little worried about how it would be shipping, how well protected it'll be. and I will give you a full lowdown in the next video of how it comes, how it arrives, if it's broken, if it arrived fine, and that way you don't have to worry about making the purchase and worrying about having the glass shipped from Chicago. And that wraps up this video. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please like my video, subscribe if you haven't already, share this with your friends. This really does help the channel grow so that we can get more promotional codes for you guys from other places. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.